This is Bread Eatin' Ellis. Welcome to American Cycloaf. Welcome to ASBO Test Kitchen, Episode 3. We're baking bread. Have you heard of it? A lot of people feel like it takes a lot of time and effort to bake fresh bread at home. This is absolutely untrue. Certain types of bread do require intricate processes, but to make something suitable for sandwiches or breakfast toast couldn't be easier. This recipe is super cheap to make, and we're gonna break a lot of rules that are probably gonna make professional bakers grind their teeth. What we're aiming for here is a simple white bread with a crusty exterior and a soft interior. Let's go. The ingredients are just flour, water, salt, and yeast. Types of yeast. Fresh yeast is hard to find around here, and even the specialty stores only carry it around Christmas. So that's out. Active, dry yeast. This is probably the most common, but if you're using this type of yeast, you gotta bring it back to life, pour it in a little warm water, and maybe a tablespoonful of sugar, and it'll start bubbling and be ready for your dough in no time. Instant and bread machine yeast are the same thing, just marketed differently. These can go straight into your dough, and you don't have to worry about them. You won't get as much lift or as many bubbles, but boy is that sure easy. Rapid rise yeast. While technically easy to work with, you sacrifice volume and flavor. Generally avoid. Our general rule for the day is 5 parts flour to 3 parts water. It's the magic ratio of most doughs. But just kind of feel it out. If your dough comes out gluey, just add more flour. It should be soft and spread a little, but not stick to your board and give you club hand. Club hand! Salt is absolutely imperative. Without it, your bread will be so bland. But watch out, because salt kills yeast. Kneading. This is a super fast recipe, so we're not going to knead very long, just enough for all the ingredients to come together. The longer you knead, the chewier your bread will be. Loaf pans. The heavier the better. The light, flimsy, cheap ones tend to scorch because they heat unevenly. Oil the pan with a light coating of olive oil or any old oil you got laying around. At this point, one would traditionally let the dough rise, then punch it down, then let it rise even longer. This is called proofing or fermenting. If you just ignore this traditional wisdom, you still get bread. Oven temperature and baking times can vary greatly depending on where you are and what kind of oven you have. So your temperature can range between 350 degrees to 475 degrees, and your baking time can range from 40 minutes to over an hour. You're probably just gonna have to feel it out. Crustiness Trick. Put a sheet pan full of water on the bottom shelf of your oven while you bake your bread. This will make the outer shell of your bread very. Just let it go till the outside is very crusty and the inside is 200 degrees. A thermometer really comes in handy here. Also, when you're pulling it out of the oven, let it rest for 15 or 20 minutes because it's still cooking and setting up on the inside. One of the joys of this simple recipe is that you can basically make it over morning coffee and have fresh bread waiting for you at dinner time. You're spending half the price of a loaf of Wonder Bread, but you're getting a product that's 100 times tastier. For more information, please visit asbotestkitchen.com for more information.